After traveling to Florida with our RV, we realized that aspects of the RV life were a lot different than we expected. So where to? Jacksonville was the destination. Reason that we chose Jacksonville, Florida, we have friends that live in Jax Beach, wanted to be somewhere close to beach access, and Melissa had some work trips that she was going to be taking. I was going to be staying behind, so it allowed me the chance to be able to hang out with friends while we were in Jax. Was on our list to visit anyway. Where we're staying in Jacksonville, Hanna Park. Hanna Park really gives me state park vibes. And what I mean by that is you pull in, trees everywhere, small proximity to your neighbors, but there's beach access super close. I mean, we're talking about 5 minutes to beach access. So close that there's actually a pathway to the beach from the park itself, which is pretty cool. And whenever I wanted to go visit friends, I would just drive 15 minutes, if that, to Jax Beach, and we could see our friends, and of course, more beach access. At this point of taking this trip, this is our third trip. So we've taken a local trip to us in Kansas City. We went to Colorado, about 7 hours, 8 hours. And now we're going to Jacksonville, Florida. So when you talk about the length of these trips, now we're getting into the drive days. So before taking this trip, we really tried to soak up as much knowledge as we could from fellow RVers that were on the road and had a lot of experience. One topic that I landed on was driving. And when I mean driving, I mean your speed when you're towing your trailer. You're going to be on highways and interstates that are 75, 80 miles an hour. If you are in any type of RV or towing any type of trailer right now, you know that those tires aren't the same as your truck tires. Meaning the speed limit says 75, 80 miles an hour and you're going 70, 75 miles an hour with those trailer tires, hitting a pothole is stressful, very stressful. Everything in the front is rattling, the trailer is rattling. You just feel the impact. Driving 65, 68 miles an hour, hitting those potholes at that speed is a lot different than hitting those potholes at 75 miles an hour. Very different. I'm telling you, hitting a pothole at even 68 versus 73, like that little difference, it just feels like it makes a difference. And I've hit many potholes. You're just driving your car, your truck, you see a pothole, swerve. When you have a trailer on the back, no, there is no there is no swerving. Now, of course, because we go slower, 65, 68 miles an hour versus a speed limit that may be 75, it's gonna take us a lot longer to get there. But that's okay, because I feel safe. I'm in the right lane, I'm cruising, I have a non-negotiable with the speed limit. Melissa knows that. That's just what it is. So on our way to Jacksonville, we went through Nashville, and that was going to be our stop for the night. Where we stayed was in Franklin, Tennessee, very close to Nashville. We are very big fans of Franklin, and we even visited once before and told ourselves if we had the chance to drive through Nashville, that's where we were going to stay. That's what we did. We just love the vibe of Franklin. We love the downtown, good food, good drinks. It's just a good time. That's where we stayed. It was pretty cool to settle down there for the night. And speaking of the drive days, I think a good rule of thumb is try to get to a good stopping point before dark, because there's nothing more stressful than being fairly new to camping and setting up and breaking down, but then getting to your campsite when it's dark, even if you're only going to be there a day, and to do all these different things. Maybe it's the sewer, or even unhooking the trailer itself. Maybe it's leveling, like all of that, whatever, at dark, it makes it times two. Maybe even backing in. If you thought it was stressful during the day, at night it doesn't get easier. When we got to Hanna Park, it really was the first time I felt like, yeah, this is camping. Like we are camping, and the reason I say that, we pulled in, and I said this before, trees are kind of low. There are trees everywhere. It felt like, if you could picture a jungle, it's what it felt like. It felt like we were in a jungle. Mosquitoes were out. They they were out. So you're talking about being in a jungle, mosquitoes, close proximity to your neighbors. There was a storm prior before we got there, so they were in the mix of cutting down trees. Some were still leaning over. I think there was flooding before we had gotten there. Obviously, the water was gone, but the trees were still, I mean, they were still hanging low. Definitely a jungle vibe. Now, I'm sure with that, you probably think that I'm giving Hanna Park a bad review, and I'm not. Because on the bright side, there was the beach right in walking distance, and it was still a very nice place. We enjoyed our stay there. Would we stay at Hanna Park again? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. Not sure. On the way back to Kansas City, this is where it got stressful on our own doing. This is why you don't want to be in a rush, and you want to plan a little bit better. And I say that because we did 2 days back to back, 11-hour days. I would not recommend doing that. For one, you know how when you get on the road, you got some adrenaline, you're feeling good, you're excited, you're just on to the next destination. Even if it's going back home, you're still, there's a there's a bit of excitement. You're towing, okay, do I got everything? You're going through your checklist, and it's just, you know, your adrenaline is pumping. There gets to a point, an 11-hour drive day, where you're probably getting a little stressed out. You're probably really, really hungry. You're probably looking for a place to stay, and you're pulling in when it's pitch dark. You might even have to go to the bathroom. It's already hard enough to back in. Things just get way more stressful when you have that long of drive days. I would highly, from someone that did it, and if you haven't done it, I'm telling you, don't do it. It's not worth it. If you don't even want to deal with the possible stress, don't even think about doing it. It's just not worth it. I haven't done it since, and we live by, our drive days are 4 hours. We're only gonna drive a max of 4 hours. If feeling really, really good and, feeling a little froggy, we might do 5, but that is it. And the reason being, you can get up in the morning, a 4-hour drive day, you can get to your destination and it's still daylight. You can set up, it's still daylight. You have time to get something to eat, it's still daylight, stress free. We did 2 days, back to back, 11 hours. The reason we did this is because we had to be back in Kansas City. A work related trip Melissa had, she was leaving, had to catch a flight. It was what it was. We did it. We learned from it. Won't do it again. But we look back. Remember that Florida trip and those back to back? Oh my God, never again. Yeah. It's one of those now. It's one of those memories. Memories on purpose. It's one of those memories we'll never forget. You remember those back to back 11 out? Oh, you live and learn, right? But with all that said, still core memories. We were able to take our longest trip yet from Kansas City to Florida. We had a great time, able to experience the beach. Our dog, he was able to live the beach life. Trip, happy we did it. Great lessons learned. And I'm looking forward to sharing the next video with you. And I'd love to hear what you think about these types of videos as I'm kind of sharing some of the experiences, but also the lessons learned in kind of a storytelling way. Hopefully it's relatable to take something away from it, because I know when I was fairly new, the RV life, that any information was great information. So look forward to sharing again, and I'll see you on the next video.